I know it's not easy to be away from home, but I want you to understand that you're on the frontier of freedom.
We have the greatest economy anywhere in the world, so it's nice to know that you're fighting for something that is doing well.
The lives of U.S. troops have been commodified in Washington's discourse on war, almost like shipping containers. If we lose a few dozen a year, so what? Or so the accepted logic goes. This should concern more people in a society like the United States.
Military families are extraordinarily resilient, but their resilience has been taken for granted. I know one military spouse who compared post 9/11 military families to the giving tree. We've been cut down so much for so long that we don't have more to give.
The bottom line is that if we choose to unilaterally stay in Afghanistan past the May 1 deadline, more U.S. troops are going to get killed, with no achievable strategic objectives in mind or clear purpose that serves American security. The continuous deployments of our men and women in uniform to wars like the one in Afghanistan is made possible by the political expediency of an all-volunteer force.
The promise that if you do this for your country, we'll be there for you on the other end, we'll take care of you, has not always panned out for families. The focus so far has been what's going to happen if we leave, and not nearly the same amount of energy and focus has been put on what happens if we stay. What happens when the Taliban starts to put targets back on U.S. service members' backs? What happens when the U.S. decides we actually need to ramp up our military presence in order to combat the violence? That alternative would be catastrophic for our community.
If the United States truly wants to honor the sacrifices of our soldiers and take care of them when they return home, then it's incumbent on elected officials to consider where, when, and for how long to expose them to the perils of war. Start by bringing home our troops from Afghanistan.